That is the most fascinating bug I've ever encountered. As you may notice, the game is currently upside down for you guys. It is not upside down on my end. Huh. I've never seen that before. That's a new one. Let me try a different capture method then. Hang on. Okay, that works. The window capture is working. So we'll just fix the sizing on this window capture because I've used it so infrequently. Cut the very, very top off because you guys don't need to see the Steam statistics up there. Those are not going to help you at all. And it would be more effort to turn them off than it would be to just not cut the very, very top off. Since it's going to be like a pixel or two off the top. But this is Alchemist Alcove. This is more towards a traditional roguelike. And it would actually have a fair bit in common with... oh, what's that game called? Rift Wizard that we had played before. That would be the closest thing I would compare to it. As you can see, there are very bare bones options, but it doesn't really need that many options. And the window is easily movable and resizable and everything, so you don't even really need to mess with the window mode too much. I do find it very funny that they've got a button up here for their Discord, but it blends in with the actual game itself, which is kind of neat. So we have 3 difficulties, essentially. We have Enlightened. You awaken holding a notebook filled with familiar handwriting. You're able to intuit new recipes. Undiscovered recipes will glow. Blind. You awaken holding an empty notebook. You are able to intuit new recipes. Undiscovered recipes will glow. So basically, as far as I'm aware, this is... you carry over any knowledge from previous runs in terms of recipes. This, you give up any recipes you've learned. And this, you just are going to struggle. You awaken, and then you will have a harder time discovering new recipes. So we'll stick with Enlightened. You awaken in a cold, damp cave, your mind swirling and your memories scattered, but one memory shines crystal clear. You attempt to reach within yourself, the alcove responds. It is nearly empty, but for a dagger, a loose flint, and a compass pointing north. Beasts around you watch with idle curiosity, but they are so hungry, and they have begun to approach. Okay, yeah, the capture is updating. Sometimes window capture's weird, so I always have to keep an eye on that. Read the parchment, use your compass, find the stone. And here we are. This is us, the alchemist in the middle here. We got a goblin, a toadstool, and a bat, and another goblin. The recipes I learned in testing is soap bubbles using meat and ash, and flamethrower using goop and flame. Volume's still a little high, so let me just adjust that down like a little bit right quick. Not that there's a lot of volume going on, but it might be a little oppressive to the ears. Now, what we started with is a parchment, which is, it looks like, the information of what we had before. So that's our note. We got the ash and the meat again. We got the flint that was mentioned, the knife, the glove, and the boots, and the compass. Now you'll note some of these things say there's more to discover with this item. That's because there are things you can combine these items with to do other things. You click on an item and then click on another one, it'll combine it if possible. Like, if we combine this goblin with our knife, it makes him dead. Not that time, though. The experiment needed to continue, and then we stabbed the bat, and now all the enemies are dead. So we've got a stick, which we can combine with our gloves, apparently, but nothing else. Sure, why not? We now have an extended grip. Go gadget. Picks up any item on target tile, deals 1 piercing damage on target tile, and I can still learn more about it. I can combine the mushrooms with the meat, so let's do that. We've learned poisonous gas. It is odorless, deals 3 poison damage on tiles in a cone, and can still become something more. But this is what drew me to this game, is the fact that all of the items in the game merge with something, and your whole kit is built around you combining items and just making random nonsense to defend yourself with. Let's go this way. I know we need to go north, but if we explore around a little bit, I'm sure we'll find stuff. We got Aldnari clan kobolds, goblins, and another bat. Okay. Well, we're in a little bit of a spot of bother here. Oh, they're fighting each other. Yeah, you know what? You guys just keep doing what you're doing. I'll just let that happen. Poisoned a lot of you. It'd be very funny if these guys were actually peaceful and I just started a war with them. But yeah, depending on how you defeat enemies, you'll also occasionally get different items. Like, the game taught me that if I used flamethrower on enemies, it would give me ash. Ash and sulfur apparently make something, which is spark powder, which then combines with flint to make flame. I can burn my parchment, but I can also combine it with poison gas to make flamethrower, which no longer combines anything. Flamethrower's done. Okay, so there's more than one way to make flamethrower, because flame and slime makes flamethrower, and now flame and poison gas also makes flamethrower. Good to know. Make some more spark powder, make some more flame. I don't know if I want to set my parchment on... you know what, the hell with it. Set the parchment on fire. We now have ash and pixie dust, and we got to keep the flame. We also have a copper coin, which can combine with a rock and a knife. Let's combine the coin with a rock. We got small zinc plate and copper shavings. Interesting. None of which do anything at the moment. I can pixie dust my shoes. Sure. Which got me blink, and I got to keep the shoes. So that's nifty. I'm assuming combining things probably takes a turn as well. Okay, it looks decent on screen. There are parts I probably could have moved around a little bit if I was being particular. But it works out well, actually, because having the top of the screen cut off actually doesn't matter. There's just void up there, so you're not missing anything. Unless we end up with a larger room, which I don't even know if there are larger rooms. So, let's see. May as well just use my knife, because I have infinite uses of it. As far as I can tell. And it gets me meat, which is probably important. We have health to spare for the time being as well, so it's fine to take some hits. My inventory's full now. Well, we can cook the meat, or I can combine it with the things we already know will happen. Here. Let's go ahead and cook it. We now have cooked meat. It just allows me to heal myself for 3, or I could accomplish other things with it in the future, but let's use it for healing. Using it for healing seems like a good idea. And then we will go ahead and get some soap bubbles. I was hoping they would combine with something else. But since y'all didn't see soap bubbles before, I probably should make it anyway. Summons 1 bubble shield unit on tiles within 3 tile line perpendicular to target tile. I'm assuming it, like, walls things off. Rock doesn't do anything. I could make more spark powder. You know what? Sure. Make more flame. Flame doesn't do anything with anything I have. I'm ending up with just a mess in my inventory now, unfortunately. You know what? Just because I'm upset. Flamethrower. Oh. Got some guano out of that bat. Also, in hindsight, I should have remembered these guys have on them 75% resist burning. We literally read that earlier, and I just went and set them on fire anyway. Ooh, a bone. I might be able to do good things with bones. Buns. Oh, he died. Ooh, salt might be good. This is getting really awkward, though. Gotta say. There we go, room's clear. Ooh, bat wool. That doesn't combine with anything. Just chuck that on the floor for the moment. Salt doesn't do anything. Put the bone. Bone doesn't do anything with what I have either. We know everything about the mushrooms already, so let's just get rid of those. Oh, actually, I can't eat them. They apparently heal for 1, so... Except it also made me a little sick. But I can use the sickness with the bone to make diminution powder. Smelling it makes you feel weak. You could use this to break objects down into their base components. Ooh. So apparently sulfur's base component was... I mean, salt's base component was sulfur. That doesn't seem quite right. And apparently mixing it with a bone made it... Oh, right, because... Yeah, we didn't have that bone a second ago. I'm a fool. Just wasted that powder straight up. Way to go, me. Sometimes I am the smartest man, and sometimes I'm not. Ooh, interesting. It's... The sulfur on the ground there's glowing when I hover over that, and the bat wool's glowing when I hover over that. So what that means is that's indicating items that they'll combine with. We made an unlit wool torch. And now it's a lit wool torch. So now I can burn enemies with this. Convenient. Ooh, sulfur and the copper shavings do something. It makes copper sulfate. You know what? That makes nothing but sense. And we can combine that with the zinc to make spark, zinc sulfate, and copper swarf. None of which do anything. This makes me very sad. It's another one of those moments where I feel like a genius and then sadness ensues. I mean, it does say we probably don't need more than 1 rock, so let's go ahead and get rid of the rock. Keep the torch on hand, just... that over there, move that there. We'll keep the guano for now, too. Which of these do I think I want more? Well, we can use the salt and the meat together to do something. Which just seasons it. Okay, it's seasoned and raw now. Good for it, I guess. We'll carry the bone with me in case I learn something new from that. Well, this is not exactly a great position to be in now, is it? Thankfully, the goblins and the kobolds fight each other, so I got a bit of help there. Oh, my bubble shield. While I figure out what to do about this situation. So apparently I can reach past the bubble shield and stab things, so that works. Looks like the knife and the copper coin can be used together, but I'm assuming that would just make copper shavings. Okay, don't need this meat in my pocket. Yeah, the rock we've used it with already. Let's do that. Yep, it does just make copper shavings. I kind of figured. It's one of those things where it was fairly apparent what it was going to do, but I needed to verify anyway. Okay, yeah, I know all that there is to know about Carper Swarf, so let's get rid of that. The goop. I can combine that with the spark or the torch. Let's combine it with spark. Electrified goop. You probably shouldn't handle this without gloves. Good. Good, I've just made zap goop. Yep, I don't know what I expected to accomplish there, but I've done something, I guess. Sure, combine the guano with that. Huh. So poop and sulfur makes a fireball. Once again, I'm not sure what I expected, but that isn't it. But I cannot say that I'm not happy about it, because boy am I happy about getting a fireball. Go ahead and drop these copper shavings for a moment, so I can make more soap bubbles. Because those seem like they might actually be useful. Now, we know our goal is to the north, so we may as well just trend vaguely north. Fireball. I really need to stop making fire spells when we're in a land full of kobolds, though. It's not very effective at dealing with my problems. It's a good thing we still have our trusty knife. But we're gonna be in trouble here in a second. This might end up being first death. His flamethrower would only get rid of the slime. Torch doesn't do anything here. Fireball doesn't do anything. Blink would get me away from my problems, though, so whoop. This way, at least I have a little bit of time to deal with the first kobold before the other ones pile in on me. And we're dead. Oh, our dying breath. And now we go back in again. All this text is the same, so I'm not going to read it again. Read the parchment. Use your compass. Find the stone. Okay. What are we dealing with here? We got some lapis lazuli, toadstools, bats, and goblins. Okay. Stab that goblin. Stab the bat. And then stab the other goblin. There we go. Nice and easy. Now, is any of this stuff going to actually combine in a useful fashion? Ultramarine pigment, which does nothing so far. Wonderful. Love that for me. Don't really think I'm going to make more. Oh, nope. You've discovered all there is to know about that. So all that does is get pounded into pigment. Okay. Great. And salt the meat, because why not? I'm not going to bother picking up the mushrooms. I'm not really going to use them. So... Compass says go north. I regret listening to the compass right about now. I mean, technically, I think I could have just left the room, too, but... running away really isn't going to benefit me in any real way. As one could argue it would extend my life expectancy, but one could also say it would shorten it because we don't get any stronger, either. Because we don't gather any ingredients to do anything. Make some new salt. Apparently I can salt the seasoned meat again. I don't know why I would... I guess it would make, like, jerky or pemmican or something? Yeah, meat jerky. That works. I'm fine with that as a result. Stick and the torch go together. I never did combine the stick and the rock. The obvious choices. Makes a stone hammer. 3 smashing damage on a target. You know what? That works, and I can also smash the coin with it, which still just makes the same copper shavings. I kind of figured. Go ahead and make some copper sulfate with that, because there's still more to learn about copper sulfate. Yeah, if I combine the copper sulfate with it, though, I can get spark again, so I do want that. We already had the electro goop before. I don't know if I want to make that again, because there's more to discover with spark. Bane of the Dead, consuming its meal, releases a cloud of poison that will make you heal. So I'm guessing that that's just a hint to add to as to another recipe. Go ahead and eat our jerky because we're hurt already anyway. Make some poisonous gas, which can't combine with anything that's around here. Move this up inventory a bit, because I'm probably going to use the hammer a decent amount, since it's a different damage type. Joyous day. Everything in here is going to want me dead. We'll just have to do a better job of making them dead than they do at me becoming dead. Okay, does anything I have do anything here? It's not looking great. Not looking great at all. I can make a torch again, but the torch isn't really that helpful. Okay, we've done all those recipes already. I mean, I guess I could figure out what the slime stick is. I'm assuming that's just gonna be a torch. Yeah, it's just an unlit torch. I can combine it with a spark, but I'm assuming that's just gonna light it. Like, that would just make the most sense. But I guess we'll find out. Well, nope, it made Wand of Sparking. I'm glad I decided to try it. As it deals 2 shocking damage to target tile. Doesn't combine with anything, but it has more range than anything we've had before. So well worth it. Let's see. I do like that it also will show you all the recipes related to an item that you know already when you click on it. That's incredibly helpful. Don't really need to carry too much more sulfur with me. I think I am going to grab the stick, because the sticks have had a bunch of surprising combinations. Like, we could make the extendo hand again. In fact, yeah, let's go ahead and make extendo hand again, since there's more we can learn from that. Not that I'm ever going to use it in combat, probably, because all it does is do 1 piercing damage on target tile, though I can grab things at range this way as well, which is helpful. Yeah, this is fine. Need be, we can come back to this room. We're almost to new territory, which is the other thing I'm trying to kind of move us towards here. I'm gonna try to kill enemies with different damage types to see if they drop different things as well. Based on the input from the tutorial teaching me that I can get ash from flame. I would assume there's a reason to do shock damage to something in the world. What that something in the world is, I don't know. Oh, wait. Hitting that kobold with the hammer seems to have done something. Oh, no, it was just sulfur. There's still more to be done with copper coins. Nothing to be done with this right now. Very curious to see what's in the new territory up here. I feel like we should figure out something about keeping ourselves alive first. Because we can't eat the meat by itself. But I didn't get another stick, so I can't make a torch to make flame to cook things with. And I can't just eat the raw meat. Okay, I can't just start a fire either. Well, we may as well just look up ahead. Okay, same enemies, just a different tile set. quite in range yet. They're gonna be busy fighting amongst themselves, so we can actually just kind of ignore them for the second. Till now. And then I poisoned them all. Aha! Great success. I think I would have taken less damage if I just moved in and towards him there. Okay, we have one more use of poison gas. Thing is, these are all the same items we just had in the last room, and that's the problem. Because we already established there's not much we can do with these items. Well, I guess we just proceed then. Oh, skeletons now. Risen of Ahwan. Yeah, we can just leave a room, okay. So if we're in a bad position, we can just turn around. We can use this to look around for new enemies. Unsuccessfully. But, you know, we tried. I do want this bat, though, because the bat might lead to something. You have 100% poison resist. You do have negative fire resist, but I don't have anything else left for fire anymore. Our business reality was not very forthcoming as far as fire goes. So let's just wall them off so they can't finish me off. The kobolds are going to be an issue. But thankfully, some of them are getting wiped out before they get here. We can just hang out in our fortress of fun here. They'll prioritize the bubbles over us, so we can actually just shoot over them at them. It did end up causing some pixie dust to happen over there, so that's helpful. Ooh, I can combine the two bat wool to make a spark. Makes sense, you rub, like, steel wool type deal, probably. I can combine the pixie dust with flint and get Twinkling Flame. Deal 1 psychic damage and 3 burning. Or teleport yourself to a tile within 5 tiles. Neat. Bone and sulfur made salt. I need. Know everything there is to know about copper shavings and zinc plates. I feel like the rock and the stone hammer probably achieve the same things. We can salt some meat again, at least. Seasoned meat. There's only the 1 salt. So I can make more salt, and then I can make jerky to heal myself. So actually, yes, we want that. This way I'm not on 6 health anymore. Because we can certainly just pick up plenty more of basically all of those things. Except the bones. Bones are the only problem there. Okay, we're in a slightly better position now. This room's not bad. Most of these things we can kill in 1 hit, so we can stay here. Slime is the only thing that doesn't just die in 1 hit from us. And they can't close in fast enough to kill me. There we go. We got a stick, which we can use, potentially. Except not really, because we have the wrong things available at the moment. But that'll still be helpful in a minute here. As the slime and the stick. Ooh, slime and Twinkling Flame makes Twinkling Bolt. Deals pure psychic damage on tiles along a path to a previous tile. And that's the end of that line. Okay. That's still a decent long-range attack. I'm happy with that. Poop with sulfur makes fireball, as we discovered before. Unfortunately, now we can't make a torch. but we didn't have the bits to make a torch entirely, I don't think, anyway. Oh, no, I probably could have used the flint with the goop torch, and then we probably would have been able to make the thing we wanted. Oh, too late. What's in here? The skeletons would be nice for bones, and there's an egg, which I might be able to do something with, but this is a little bit dangerous. Because we've not fought skeletons before. They have 7 health. They don't have any particular resistances that I need to worry about. I'm assuming they'll fight the goblin. So the play might be to go after the bat over here and kill him before anything else can happen. And unfortunately, I vaporized a lot of that, but that was necessary. There we go. We got a bone. Unfortunately, the bone's all we got out of that other than the egg. And it would appear I can do nothing with this egg currently. With the items I have. Let's get rid of one of the pieces of meat and pick up the egg. Because we might be able to cook the egg or something. We just need to find a means of cooking. This door was over here is different. New tile set, but nothing new to fight in there, so let's not deal with that. How about over here? This one's not too bad. There's not that many enemies in here. We should be able to handle this. Skeletons do a decent bit of damage is the only concern. Oh, I swap places with them when I do that. Neat. I missed that part. Wait, I'm a silly man. Why am I not hitting a skeleton with a hammer? Oh, that's not as good as I'd hoped. Oh, we got him. So we're fine. Everything's okay. Fortunately, all that did was net us a bunch more bones that we still can't do anything with. So, this might be where this adventure ends. Ooh. Scourge Leon Scout. That looks neat. But unfortunately, there's too many skeletons in here for me to tangle with this with 1 hit point. This is worse. This might be a good time to beat a hasty retreat back to where we've come from. In order to make some things. Wait, the egg and the hammer go together. Bonk. That makes egg yolk. You know what? That makes sense. But I can combine it with the ultramarine pigment, make a bucket of blue paint, which combines with the wand of sparking, make Taika Suava. You've angered the gods. Uh-huh. So it does the same amount of damage as the wand of sparking. It's just blue now. I feel like I may have wasted my eggs. Just a thought there. I might have wasted my eggs. Make some salt. Salt that meat. I need to find... There we go. That'll make a new wand of sparking. Don't do that. I need to be able to light this torch. So once I light the torch, then I have fire. Yeah, spark powder might do something. Yeah, that makes flame. Then I can cook the seasoned meat. Use that to heal myself. Okay, we're on to something here. Oh, I didn't clear that room. That room's not where I came from. There's more sulfur here. Okay, we're getting there. We're healing. We're recovering. Sure, make the electro goop. We still haven't figured out what that does. I would make bubbles. I don't really want the bubbles right now. We already know everything about copper shavings, so let's just get rid of the coins. Still more sulfur here. That's what I thought. We still don't know everything about spark powder we could learn. Oh, fire and electrified goop does something. But let's light the torch because we can then make more fire from that. Then make the... Ooh, interesting. So fire and electro goop becomes an inert lodestone, which I can then charge with the flint, and it becomes an electric attack. And I still can do more with that. That's got some real range to it, too. That's better than our Taiga Suava. Make more flame. Cook that meat. Eat that meat. Alright. Out of the hole. We're in this, boys. There's still more to learn about ash, too. Look at that. Spark powder. Spark powder and pixie dust makes mysterious powder, which then, when set on fire, becomes force bolt. Does 12 smashing damage to target tile. Neat, and it's got range for days. I'm so glad I backtracked. Backtracking has done so much for us. Let this be a lesson. Backtracking can be your friend. And in many instances. Especially when you have a limited inventory like we do right now. Ends up leaving so many items behind. You would think you could combine the meat with the torch to cook it, though, not just regular flame is the only way to cook it. That one's a little silly. But I guess then you would have to consume the torch. And that would be hilariously inefficient. Oh yeah, no, that just makes bubbles. I don't want that. Ooh, a diamond. I was gonna say there's no point in cleaning this room out, but that diamond has my interest. What's this? Oh, I was gonna say this lodestone doesn't have a charge limit. It does. I need to recharge it every time I use it. That's fine. The flint doesn't get consumed by recharging it, so it actually is still quite effective. And, you know, we can get 2-for-1 specials like that with it, so it's pretty good. Now, this diamond, though, we can combine that with our dagger, and that's the only thing we can combine it with. But it makes for a carbide dagger. Wait, that still does... Oh, no, it does damage in a cone now. Ooh. That's very good. I am pleased. Sometimes things just work out the way you wish it will. Salt this meat. So I guess there's a reason to, like, clear out all of a section instead of rushing ahead trying to find new recipes. Is there anything I really want that you guys would drop, though? Oh, you can even see their weapon and everything. See all of their enemies. I was kind of hoping that the more information thing would tell me what they drop. No such luck on that. And front. Still good to know, though, all this information. I don't think I have a reason to fight them. This room I'll clear out just because it lends me access in a direction I'm more interested in going. I swear I pressed the shoot button first, but that's fine. Go, carbide dagger, for the good of the city. Ayah! This dagger is so good now. Ooh, what happens if I combine the stick with an already lit torch? It just makes flame. Kinda figured. But wanted to know just in case. Eat the meat. This is going well. This is going well. charge the lodestone before we enter the next room. Oh, this is a room we've been in already. Okay. Let's go see about that new enemy that we saw. I feel like I'm strong enough now that we'll be okay. I don't really want... Actually, no. I do want that ash to make spark powder, to make flame, to make food. There we go. Need be, we can go back for more and more food. But now we have some inventory space in case we get anything too cool. Doesn't have much health. But let's use our smashing damage to eliminate some of these skeletons. It's a shame to use up the whole thing, but it's a good idea to clear out the room a bit. Actually, you have, like, no burning resistance. So I just let you get one tile closer and then hit you with the torch and you're gone. Though he probably doesn't drop what he would have normally dropped because of that. And instead just dropped sulfur. Which is decidedly less helpful than I would like it to be. Let's hold on to this spark powder for the moment, rather than immediately converting it. We'll just ditch this rock. What do we got up here? Just a bunch of skeletons, not interested. But here, more of the Scourgelians, which I won't just nuke this time. See if they drop anything different when they're stabbed to death. Scourge Chitin. Trade places. We have a fundamental problem here, though. So that's a lot of angry skeletons heading our way still. And we have nothing left to outmaneuver them with, so I think this is how we die. Because I can't kill them. We did all that recovery just to die again. That's unfortunately about as expected. I really thought we were going to do a bit better than that in this fight. Because I move up there and then I die. If I moved diagonally, I would have died too. Oh, did I update the next best command this time, or did I forget? Make sure. I was going to activate the command, and I'm like, wait, did I do the thing? No, it sure didn't. Hang on, let me fix that right quick then. And then I will give you guys the store page. In hindsight, I probably should just print out the page for y'all manually. But this works either way. This will probably be last attempt, and then we will go to the next game. Okay, so we spawned with a rock nearby. It's a shame to lose that carbide dagger. That carbide dagger has been the most exciting thing we've found so far, I think. Since it's a reusable, powerful weapon. Let's go ahead and make a hammer straight away. The hammer is useful. Let's try going the opposite direction of the compass as well. Let's go south instead of the north we're supposed to. See if we find any other new areas down here or not. I could sit here all day learning combinations. Ooh, salt and goop makes hot ice. Which then combines with pixie dust to do something. But this does 4 burning and 4 freezing damage along its angle. It is only 3 uses. So let's go ahead and combine it with that. Makes frost flame, which then recombines with the goop to make frost beam. It is soft yet stabbing, inert yet biting, inviting yet savage. Neat. So that's a get out of jail free card right there. Just blast our problems away. Make a goop torch. So far that worked out in our favor. Ooh, there is different tile sets this way. Let's just not even deal with these slimes. Ooh, summer pixies of the Sealy Court. And a winter pixie as well. They have a lot of resistances, though. The only thing that can hurt them is sacred, it looks like? Is they're resistant to burning, they're resistant to freezing, resisting to necrotic, piercing, poison, psychic, shocking, smashing. I don't think there's any damage types left. I think that's all of them. So that's upsetting. So that kind of ruins my whole plan of killing them to see what they drop. Yeah. Guess I have to deal with these slimes then. Because they're gonna close in too much before I can get to the other door. Rid of some of the sulfur. I don't need that much sulfur. Morphe. There's a cave type over there that we haven't seen. Even Morphe. Are they hostile? Yep. Enemy team, friend of the Alchemist and the Unseelie Court as well. Makes sense. But then again... Oh no, these are Sealy Court as well. Never mind. I thought the Winter and Summer Fae were gonna hate each other. So we're not going anywhere down there, that's for sure. Because we can't get past the Fae. Ooh, more diamonds. Not to mention more goblins as well for more potential goodies like sticks. Can't believe I'm almost equally excited by diamonds and sticks. There's a lot wrong with that as a concept. Let's go ahead and make the carbide dagger again because that was just very useful. Make some salt, make some meat better for us. I'm not gonna bother with the lapis lazuli because we know what the powder does and the powder doesn't do anything that exciting. Particularly more bats. I don't know if we're done with the bat wool. We're also not done with guano yet, apparently. I can mix it with the pixie dust. Oop dust, go! Poison shot. Okay. Phew. Bat wool doesn't do anything with anything I have on hand right now. Poison shot's done. Okay. Drop the meat, move poison shot up there. Come back for the meat if I need it. Oh, interesting. It looks like the green area's over there, too. See, I was kind of figuring that the biomes were, like, in set directions at set distances. It looks like they may just be, like, randomly strewn around. I could make a bat wool torch. And then I could make the sparking wand instead of making the goop torch. Still things left yet to do with both of those items. I don't know. I don't know if I want to pigeonhole myself that way right now. I do need fire. Need fire rather badly. What's over here? Bunch of bats and a bunch of goblins. That's completely fine. We can handle that. Using it up to poison shot to make room. We can make a spark now using the double bat wool. Either make the electro goop or I make the spark wand. Let's not make any of that yet, because we still don't have everything for spark yet too, so there might be something else we can do there. More pixies. We need to find a way to do sacred damage to deal with them. More bats and goblins. Goblins and bats and bats and goblins and bats and goblins and goblins and bats. Interesting how they're just walking up to me one at a time. Like that was gonna just work out better suddenly at some point. Still nothing new there. Nothing new here either, though. Oh, he survived that hit, huh? Yikes. Okay, we got some more pixie dust. Does that interact with anything that I have? Nothing that we haven't already had it interact with. So that did make Twinkling Flame, which can do other things, so sure. Pixie Wand. Transports the caster to any tile within 3.5 tiles, must be cast on another unit, deal 2 psychic damage on previous tile. Not as exciting as I'd hoped it would be. Make more hot ice. Some healing. Yeah, we need more pixie dust to make Frost Flame, but this still does 8 damage, so it's useful to me. I don't need 2 sticks. You know what? Okay, hammer and hammer don't do anything. I kind of figured, but I had an abundance of the material to make hammers, so I wanted to see if I could, like, make a twin hammer or something weird. We're almost dead, but we're also almost out of time, so it doesn't particularly matter. Okay. Won't do anything cool with anything I have? No. We'll just make more salt then. So that'll make more hot ice. I gotta defend myself somehow. Because I cannot generate any fire at the moment, can I? This'll heal me for 1. Vomit do anything? No. The only thing I'd be able to do is make diminution powder with a bone, and I don't have a bone. Okay, then. This is gonna get ugly. Okay, vomit literally only does the one thing. Should have checked that sooner, but it is what it is. Can't hit them both at any point here. Just wait. I've got 6 charges of it, so to hell with it. Start blasting. There we go. Took care of business. I could keep making more hot ice. Or we make the Frost Flame and make the beam. We don't know everything about Frost Flame yet, though, so I'm kind of curious to hang on to it to see if I can do more with it. At the very least, let's get some food in us. I could light the torch, too. At the very least, let's burn the paper, because that'll replace the flame I'm using anyway. And get us more pixie dust to use. Got so much to work with here, but not at the same time. Ooh, new territory. Which has nothing new in it. Sad days are here again. Okay. That's bad news. It's just bad news across the board. How the hell with that room then? Oh, this way. Oh, this room sucks too. Okay. Over here? Not great. But I might be able to sneak around to that wooded area if I'm fast. Under the circumstances, though, give me the death beam. I'm gonna need it. Got a gold coin, which combines with pixie dust to make flower petal. It does heal for 3, though. And it has 2 uses, so I'm pretty pleased with that. Just, I'm confused by it. Okay, this has some new potentials to it. I have 2 uses of my frost beam. I gotta be careful. Not just recklessly blast. Also helps to remember that my hammer, for some reason, has longer range than my knife does. But, you know, a big hammer would have more reach, but I wouldn't expect it necessarily to apply in that manner, if that makes sense. Another goop torch. Make some more spark powder. Light the bat torch. I can now just make more flame. Being able to at will make more flame is good. That's the same room. Okay, there's just a handful of goblins. Ooh, fancy door. We're gonna check that before we end this demo. Because that looks cool. Okay, I really thought I was gonna die there in the most annoyingly anticlimactic way possible to a regular fucking goblin. Oh, that's infinitely less exciting than I thought it was gonna be. It's just a bunch of damn kobolds in here. I guess it just teleports you around the map, question mark? Neither of those does anything in this scenario. Ammunition powder, which makes a Oh! Because I took the diamond back off the blade, right? That back. That was silly of me. But we learned a thing, I guess. No sparking. Yeah, go ahead and make the wand of sparking again at this rate. So we are done with this demo. Just go run off into this room and get killed. Oh no, bleh. Definitely looking forward to this coming out, though. This seems very interesting. I don't know how long it would really last. It depends on just how deep the recipe rabbit hole goes to a certain degree. But it's got some real interesting ideas, and the store page for it's already right there in front of y'all. So it's time to get the next one up and running. So far, we're 3 for 3 on very good demos here. Do I want to change my order of operations at all here? I might, but before I get the next thing set up, I'm going to go ahead and get up for a second. So I will be right back.